you're waking up along Sanibel, it is a very active morning. We do have some lightning strikes, thunderstorm activity over you, even along Fort Myers Beach, where we are watching some moderate rain working its way in from the Gulf of Mexico. Matlacha, lightning strike off to the south. Pine Island, we do have some moderate rain. The western half of Cape Coral, some light rain over you this morning. So let's get a closer look on that. I've been watching the velocity all morning, and when we do have the greens, that means going toward the radar. The reds showing going away from the radar, so we do have the possibility of maybe a waterspout offshore. Most of that exiting to the east coast. Now we're watching this batch offshore. So a lot of lightning is associated with this, along with some gusting strong winds. So the motion does take a lot of these storms off to the northeast. So if you live along this area, stay away from windows, go indoors, take cover, as we could even see a waterspout work its way onto land. So we are watching out for that this morning, as we do have a very strong cell that we've been watching develop, and it is producing a lot of lightning, a lot of thunderstorm activity deep in the Gulf of Mexico. They're really coming close to land at the moment. So let's get a closer look at some of our rain areas that we do have from Captiva to Sanibel, along Pine Island, Matlacha crossing over, people in Cape Coral. There's your rain that you've been asking for. Finally looking at some light rain working its way over you.
Silverang is in the Weather Center with the latest on where that storm is headed now.
All right, well, Tropical Storm Arthur, well off the Carolinas, really not too much at the moment. Earlier this morning, though, a lot with it. Now we are not looking at too much, but for us here down south, we are dealing with our own issue. Hope you're having a good start to your morning so far. It's Saturday, and while we are watching this one area of disturbed weather in the tropics, it is moving off to the northeast, still 9 miles per hour, winds sustained at 30 miles per hour. And until we see those winds picking up to around 39, that's when we could see this area becoming our first depression of this hurricane season. So here's a look at the consensus models. These are some of the best models as we put those together. They do take it away from us here in Southwest Florida, well away from the state of Florida, although it does near the Carolinas as we go into the day for tomorrow, even into the start of the work week. It does continue to push mainly off to the northeast and then well off to the east, back into the Atlantic. Well, we had the severe storms. Now we're just looking at some moderate rain, just widespread across Collier County, all the way into Lee, Charlotte County. You're starting to see a few showers wrapping up. But take a look at this right here. This is blowing out. It is moving very fast, and it is producing wind gusts over 50 miles per hour. So leaving our area, but entering into Broward and also into Miami-Dade, producing that frequent lightning. But we will see all of this offshore continue to push onto land. Again, it's not as strong as what we had earlier this afternoon. Definitely not as strong as this band right here. So not looking good if you have plans to head eastbound, or even if you're taking 41, because you're still going to be driving through that same mess. Now, we did have the very heavy rain over portions of Collier County, and that's why, again, we do have this area advisory for flooding in effect. And this means that we could still see a little bit of ponding on the roadways, some light street flooding likely because of that heavy rain in a very short period of time. So between morning and this evening, this is how much rain we've seen so far in Collier County, ranging from an inch up to almost 4 inches of rain inland, and even for Lee and Charlotte County, about an inch to an inch and a half. The most I've seen right now, the northern half of Pine Island, almost 3 inches of rain. So as I mentioned, we're starting to see some better conditions there from Punta Gorda all the way to Port Charlotte, where you do have some light to moderate rain still. This is all moving off to the east, and we do have some steady rain still working its way into portions of Lee County along the coastal area. Some heavier rain from Fort Myers Beach, all pushing off to the east. So we're not going to be sitting in this too long. We should see it starting to weaken just a bit, but we do have some heavier rain along Lehigh Acres, a few thunderstorms, some lightning off to the east of you, south of LaBelle, north of Immokalee Road. And then we do have some more storms, though, as we take a view over from Lake Okeechobee. So again, this will all continue to move off to the east. So we're going to be watching this for the next couple of hours. But look at all that storm activity that did develop in the Gulf of Mexico, move on land. This is all from some stalled out energy that we do have. We had the right environment for it. We saw these storms really just blow up over the past couple of hours. So again, we do expect to see better conditions as we go into the late evening hours. We're talking 9, 10 o'clock. We're just going to be dealing with some light rain. And then after that, after midnight, we should just see a few isolated lingering showers. Tomorrow, though, is a brand new day. We do expect to see a chance for some more thunderstorms here for Southwest Florida. Severe thunderstorm risk is possible, as we do have a chance to see some storms strong at times, again producing the frequent lightning, winds gusting over 60, and some small hail. So even though most of Southwest Florida is not included in that risk, as we've seen the past couple of times, if we do have some storms offshore, we could see another risk along some of our coastal communities. So let's take a look. By tomorrow, we should start to see a few showers starting early in the morning hours, and then as we head into the afternoon, a few more isolated storms still expected for portions of Southwest Florida. Let's take a look at Arthur. This is the first named storm of the year. Yes, it's only May, so it is an early one. June 1st is the official beginning of hurricane season. So this is the 6th year in a row where we have seen a storm develop prior to season starting. And it will make that curve weakening down to a depression, being swept away away by the front that we have crossing over Florida. So here's what we're looking at over the next few days. The rainy season pattern will start to really just take effect Thursday. Friday could see a late start to the rain and the storms. Even Saturday all the way through Memorial Weekend. Just plan on seeing some rain here, Southwest Florida. We are going to see temperatures nearing the 90s every single day and chance of thunderstorms in the forecast.
A Southwest Florida student is helping put food on the